Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Annalisa. Welcome back, my friends, and hello to anyone new who's joining. This is a reading today, pick a card reading, which is exploring the idea of your divine rebel. So I'm taking inspiration from these cards by Alana Fairchild at the moment to see what is needed as a reading from the collective. And this one came out today, which is Divine Rebel, Kuan Yin and Pearl. And the Divine Rebel is about doing something different. It's about trusting in your own way of being that may be different from what is the approved or normal way of expression, of acting, of responding. It's someone who shakes things up, someone who's not afraid to create disturbance or to refuse to play by the rules. And a divine rebel is someone who is completely inspired by the divine and how they do this. And they know the love and the power that's in it, even though it may seem like something difficult, challenging, or not how things are supposed to be. It's a kind of refusal to be tamed or controlled or restricted or denied. It's a way of embodying their own light, their own knowing. So this is really about helping you find your own need for rebellion at the moment, with the state of affairs in the world. There's a lot of rebellion against systems that have been in place for a very long time. And so I hope this is going to help you find your own way within both the collective and the personal field of what it is for you to embody right now that helps you stand in a place of creating from your own sense of knowing and belief beyond the external world. It's really, as with all these readings, trying to help you tune into your own inner guidance, your own knowing, and deepen that connection. So whatever comes through in the reading should feel on some level like you already knew it. Even if it's difficult or challenging or not what you want to do. Or maybe it is and it's just confirmation, but there should be something about it that just feels, yeah, I know this. And being a rebel doesn't necessarily mean being loud and shouting and whatever. It can be being quiet when you're supposed to speak, or the opposite. And it's about just always embracing that there's a different way to do things. Okay, so we've got 4 piles. We've got lavender for the first one. We've got peppermint for the second. Deep blue, which is a massage blend, for the third. And oregano for the fourth. Okay, so you can tune in and pick a number or the oil that you're drawn to. And I'm going to say a few prayers now and just bless the space. I'm going to play my new chime, my water chime, and just clear the energy, and then I'll go into the readings. You can follow the timestamps below to go straight to your reading, or you can listen and join in with the prayers if you want to. O great love, the source of all good in my life, give me as your child your support, that I may gain in knowledge. I am aware of my connection with you, and in my aspiration for you, I have no fears of worldly temptations, for I believe that the fulfillment of my mission is to unite with you. Please, my God, infuse me with the living powers of the cosmos. That every cell of my body be penetrated, and that life and health may be brought to it. That my spirit be strengthened, and that I fulfill the mission for which I have come to earth. Amen. God, protect me with your white light and surround me with your diamond wall. And the Spirit of God, beloved of my soul, will do everything for me, without fear and without darkness. Without fear in boundless love. Amen. God, protect me with your white light and surround me with your diamond wall. And the Spirit of God, beloved of my soul, will do everything for me, without fear and without darkness. Without fear in boundless love. Amen. God, protect me with your white light and surround me with your diamond wall, and the Spirit of God, beloved of my soul, will do everything for me, without fear and without darkness. Without fear in boundless love. Amen. Okay, let's start with group number 1. Group number 1. Lavender. Lavender, the oil of communication. So you're being given support in how you communicate, or what you communicate right now, in terms of your inner rebel. This may be to speak up, maybe to quieten down, it may be to adjust the way that you express yourself, and to encourage you to express your true thoughts and feelings and overcome any fear of being seen and heard. Because with lavender, when people need lavender, there's often this block of self-expression, and even doesn't mean they're not speaking. You can still be speaking, but there can be maybe not a true connection to the real deepest, innermost thoughts and feelings that need to be coming out. So then kind of your true soul, your true spirit really gets stuck. So I think your rebel is about expression, wants to speak through really honest communication. Let's see what the cards are for you in this group. Okay, Inner Queen we have as the main card. Inner Queen, whether you're male or female, this is about the divine feminine. That's Goddess Persephone and Ruby. Then we have the Deer, gentleness and diplomacy. Serapis Bay, ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. And protect your dreams. For the romance cards, we have past life relationship. You've known each other before. And wedding. This situation involves marriage. Okay. So the Inner Queen. The Inner Queen, I mean, the main embodiment of this expression within this particular deck is about compassion. So it's about having this real deep sense of this empowerment through feeling compassion and empathy. being deeply empathic. So this is within men and women, and it's the ability to really hold this and sense this and feel this, and to be able to understand that some people are not able to really express themselves in the fullest or best way because of the pain or the hurt that they're in or they have experienced. And it's about being able to see through their outer expression and have compassion for what's going on an internal level. So this is asking you to approach life not with judgment and not with fear, but to remain really centered in your heart despite what's going on around you, and really shine this gentleness from your heart with dignity, with compassion. The deer as well here, this gentleness and diplomacy about really respecting and honouring those around you with this graceful nature, with this loving nature, softness, being able to hold this nurturing and loving space. So this could, be through your expression, through your communication, really being able to listen well, deeply listen to others and hear others. And I feel like that's what this is about, this ascension. Really honouring and knowing your true self. Rise above the darkness, the light is here. So you may have people around you who are in the darkness, who may be unable to fully be in their own light right now, and it's like you can stand as a beacon for them, as an example, and as a holding space to nurture those that are not in their full power. Protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So this is interesting with the communication, because it is about holding back a little bit. I feel this is quite a lot to do with listening, saying that you've listened, so acknowledging that you can hear people. And often, in order for people to hear us, what we want and what we need, we first need to really listen to them, and we need to demonstrate that we've heard them. I hear what you're saying and I hear what you're going through, and to kind of reflect back maybe what you've heard from them, and being very soft with that. It's also about really honouring yourself. So you're not to force yourself to be someone or something that you're not, but to allow yourself to really listen to your own needs. And it's really about standing in this place of love, really honouring and expressing and knowing love on the deepest level. You may have been also judging yourself. So there's the potential with people around you that you're judging yourself, or what's happening with them is you're judging them. But this kind of judgment that's going on, and they might be tired, you might be tired. And so this is a reminder that you are a beautiful and dignified being, and to have the compassion for yourself and give yourself permission to remove yourself from any situations that do not feel healthy, and to take care of your own needs first. And then you can respond, to what's going on around you. So then you can come in with that gentleness. So stepping into your own energy, holding your own energy, your own space. And then once you are able to be in that place and own that place, then you can really shine your compassion and your love to other people and acknowledge that, they're doing their best, that people are doing their best. And everyone has the right to respond and react and communicate as they need. And anything else? So in terms of the romance aspect, past life relationship and wedding, so this can be about someone from your past, whether that's can be an ex in this life or someone who you feel very strongly connected to in a past life, where there has been a very strong bond and you may be working through some issues. So this could be about you working through some issues in a long-term relationship or a relationship where in a past life you've been very committed. And there can be this deep kind of passion. I'm really interested in the contrast in these cards where this is very kind of wild and, out in the nature and free and expressive. And this wedding card is so formal and structured and kind of rigid, and there's a real contrast in them. And I feel like you're being asked to reflect on those different aspects. This within relationships we need these two things. We need this freedom and passion and excitement, but we also need stability and security, and it's about the interplay and the balance of these that is really needed in our romantic relationships. And so maybe listening to another or listening to your own needs, like what do you really need right now? Do you need stability and security? Do you need freedom and expression? And what does your partner need or your interest need? What creates balance right now? And being aware of that, just you don't have to express it straight away, but just acknowledging and listening to what it is that you need right now. Let me pull a few tarot cards. I'm going to get a couple for intention and a couple for action right now. Your best guidance. What is the best guidance for group number 1 in terms of intention right now? We've got the 7 of Pentacles. And we've got the Queen of Swords as well as the 6 of Wands. So the intention. Okay, let me get the action cards as well first. We've got the Ace of Rods, the Lovers, the 9 of Swords. We've also got the Page of Swords and the Chariot that came out. Okay, so in terms of intention, being aware that whatever process or situation that you're in, the 7 of Pentacles means it takes a bit of time. It's going to be you might feel like you're on a long road, a long process, and you can feel like you're kind of maybe starting to see some results, or it might take a while before you see results, but it's a long process. So being aware of the kind of the journey, time. The Queen of Swords is about being very clear in your mind, having very clear intentions, being aware about others, having the insight into relationship. This is actually the Lovers card here, which also came down here. Being very clear and very precise about what may be going on. Really listening, knowing. The Queen of Swords is quite cool and unemotional. And the 6 of Wands is about victory, competition, passion, leadership, winning. So being aware of all these things within what's going on in your situation, having clarity about these, really thinking and understanding what's going on in the whole dynamic, how it might be being affected by time, by the process, by competition. And then in terms of action, the Ace of Rods is about taking action, it's about being passionate, it's about making a choice, about firmly choosing what you want. And with the Lovers, again, it's about making a decision. So you're being guided to make some kind of decision, make some kind of choice, to choose passion, to choose action, to choose spirituality, to choose to move forward. With the Nine of Swords, this is about imaginary fear, about how you may be tangled up in some kind of mindset which is confusing, but that they're just your mental fears are blocking you. It's like you're kind of worrying about things unnecessarily. Page of Swords, again, about listening, about intuition, understanding, insight. And the Chariot is about moving forward with all aspects in place. So this is about moving forward, overcoming your fear. Your fears might be imaginary, taking a step forward, making a choice, really listening, and moving forward with action. Let's get a couple of angel cards for you. What's the best guidance for group number 1, please, angels? Fun. Your guidance is to take time to enjoy yourself. Relax and find your sense of humour and treat things lightly. Fun brings lightness of spirit, and the most difficult situation can be eased if you see the funny side of things. So cultivate a sense of the ridiculous. How can you bring play, laughter, and fun into your social life, your relationships, and your work life? When you have fun, the angels rejoice, for there is nothing they love more than joy, play, humour, and laughter. I lighten up and make everything fun. And one more of these oracle cards for group number 1, please. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Okay, there's lots about having insight here, really listening to your dreams, listening to yourself, listening to your own needs, having clarity, being aware of the process, the journey, your passion, others' passion, others' journey, and then making choices from those and moving forward. I feel lightheartedly, this journey, this fun journey, play, travel, experience, allowing yourself to move forward in a joyful way. Okay, group number 1, I hope that helped you with your situation right now. Thank you for joining me. Please give me a like, a thumbs up below, and you can book a private reading with me below. And I look forward to speaking to you another time. Hi, group number 2 with peppermint. So peppermint is the oil of, it's joyful, joy and buoyancy, a light heart, a light soul. It's invigorating, it like wakes you up, it makes you feel more alive and more spirited and reminds you to be happy and not worry and fear things in your life. And it can be a really good like pick-me-up. So if someone's feeling really down, if you're feeling really low, then it's a really good way to just kind of snap you out of some time when you're feeling disheartened. So yeah, it's like a little pick-me-up, basically. And it just helps you breathe. It's about being able to breathe, breathe more deeply and clear the airways, and give you a break. If you've been through something really difficult or challenging, then it gives you some time just to regain strength if you're going through emotional difficulty. So it's a real breather. So give yourself some breath right now. Group number 2, your advice cards. Spirit of the Guru Mother, number 52, Goddess Durga, and Hematite. Movement. Call to action. Commander Ashtar. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. And then we have, for the Love Oracle Guide, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So this is quite strong energy here. I feel like this is really guiding you to move forward. It's really about action. It's about having focus, determination, and really striving towards your goal. Taking charge, not being afraid to move forward with determination and with clarity. It's about having choice as well, because with the Spirit of the Guru Mother, it's sometimes we struggle with commitment or knowing which way to focus or what to focus on, and there's this concern about having the right choice. Have you made the right choice? And we can ask, we can go around like asking card readings for support or advice, like, what do I need to do? How do I move forward? But we have the answer right in our heart. So I feel like you may have been asking, for guidance, like, what is the way forward? What am I moving towards? And what do I need to choose? And so if you're not sure, if you don't have clarity, then I think this is where the music is coming in, about paying attention to sound, to music, to your own voice, your own song. What is the song you want to play in your life? What is the music that you want to experience, and making a choice to create that, to create your song. I had this message with the bluebells when we had all the bluebells out in bloom in the UK, and their message to me was like, your life is a song. What song do you want to write? What do you want to be part of in your experience? And and about making that clear choice and then sticking to it. It's like having very clear boundaries and a clear destination. And you may so if you have an idea of what you want to do, this is really asking you to go for it directly and keep yourself on track. And this could be to do with a relationship, because there is this essence of a relationship ascending, of something that feels very strong, very magnetic, and about pursuing that and really following that through and giving your all to something. So where you can ask yourself, where can I act? Where can I take action right now? How can I move forward? What is the next step that I can take? And you may feel, if you have an idea of what you're moving towards, you can feel, you might feel scared by what it is you want to do, or you feel like you're being directed to do. And the divine is saying to you that you wouldn't be given this direction if you couldn't do it, if you couldn't handle it. So trust that you may have to grow through this experience, but you can do it. And just trust that you're being supported by the Divine Mother, by Goddess Durga, to really move. And the power of your effort, your really sincere effort, when it's supported in this divine way, will really help you avoid any kind of procrastination or distraction, and hesitation can fall away because you just keep moving forward regardless. It's like if you're a boat on the ocean, if you don't have a destination, the waves, the current, the wind can just take you wherever it wants to go as it changes, and you can have a nice journey and end up somewhere nice or not, but you're led by the current and the wind and your environment. But when you choose, if a storm comes or a big wave comes, you can move through it because you know what the destination is, and you keep pushing through until you get to your destination. Whereas if you're kind of just floating around, you'll just avoid the storm and go in a different direction. So this is what focus does. It gives you the ability to move through challenges. So if you need guidance still, then really trust in the signs that are being given to you and the information that's coming to you right now. And boldly follow it. If you ask, you can call in the support of the Divine Mother, and call in that empowerment to have clarity and to move forward determinedly the way you want to go. And you may, with the peppermint, it may feel like breath work might be really good for you in order to help clarify your mind and your actions, and give you some insight into moving forward. Let's get some tarot to support this. So let's get some support with your intentions. Okay, the Fool, which is again about taking a risk, about taking a leap of faith, not really knowing where you're going, maybe feeling like you don't know the answers, or you're not, you don't have the skills, you don't have the information, you don't really know what you're doing, but just taking that risk. It's the 0 card, the beginning of the major arcana, and about stepping out into the world and taking that leap of faith. And the 10 of Wands, carrying burdens. Okay, so you may feel like there's a lot of weight on you, that it's heavy, that there's some challenges with it, but it's like, take that risk anyway. And it's interesting because this is this real mixture of this lightness and this freedom and this flying, this kind of joyful bouncing out into the world, but also being aware that you can bear the weight of anything if it goes wrong, or there's going to be struggles or perceived challenges. You can handle it, you can overcome it. So know this in your mind, and let's get some more advice on the action for you to take. We've got the King of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So these fell out in this way. So you may feel uncertain what steps to take forward. You may have to balance different things. I think this is kind of advising you that you're able to juggle and balance different things. You may be thinking about travel or journeying. This is about stepping into emotional maturity, into your heart, into, again, this can be about love. This could be stepping towards someone, or you embodying this energy. The King of Cups is able to connect with their emotion. Sometimes they can suppress their emotion a little bit, but it's about leading from the heart space, and allowing that to be your guide and trusting in that. The King of Cups can maybe seem not always expressing their emotion, but they feel it deeply. They may hide their feelings a little bit, but it's very real. And the Ace of Swords, this can be about cutting things. This is about clarity, about truth, insight, new beginnings, new starts, fresh ideas. And yeah, the Ace of Swords, the sword, it can be like cutting the past, cutting away ties, cutting away bonds, cutting away fears. Really, you think of Archangel Michael's sword, just like releasing and clearing the air and clearing the way. This can be, the Two of Pentacles can also be about managing practical things, about money, finances, being able to hold all these different things. So drawing your attention to balancing your physical reality, maybe balancing your money, your checks, your time, your space, those kind of realities, your work, with practical issues, like drawing your attention to those. Okay. So, let me get a couple of, let me get an angel card for you. Best guidance from the angels for group 2, please, is adventure. Life is an adventure. Be ready for the unexpected and make the most of all opportunities. The angel wisdom suggests you get out of any habits or ruts in which you are stuck. Do things that are different and face life with a sense of wonder. If the path ahead seems dark, do as you would if you were exploring a dark place. Ask your angels to light up the way, then watch for the signs and signals that tell you where and how to go. Explore the new with excitement and courage. These magnetic qualities attract money and career openings and add zest to relationships. The angels are inspiring you to move forward with anticipation, expectancy, and hope. Affirmation: I face the adventure of life eagerly. Okay, you're really being advised to leap out there and jump into life, into moving into your experience of reality, your world, and yeah, embrace it. And the last oracle card for you is Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Where are you being called to journey to? So really go deeply into that. If you're not sure, go really deeply into that question. Where are you being called to journey to? Where is your soul calling you? Okay, thank you, group number 2. If you like my reading, please give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel below and book me for a private reading through my website below. And I look forward to chatting to you again another time. Hi, group number 3, with Deep Blue, this massage blend. So this contains quite a few oils: wintergreen, cinnamon bark, peppermint, ylang ylang, blue tansy, chamomile. So this is really about deep relaxation. You know, it's about, Deep Blue is about something you can nourish and work into the muscles. So about really releasing tension, releasing stress, releasing any kind of tightness in the body, and softening. So really bringing softening into your life, soothing the mind, soothing the nervous system. You may have been on edge and felt very tense. It's about releasing all of that and really sinking into your body and feeling nourished and cared for and loved in your body. So this might be something that you really need at this time, is this sense of being looked after. And physical touch might be really important right now if you're able to have physical touch, even if it's just for yourself, self-massage, or a pet, or in nature, connecting with the elements, the water, the earth, feeling the sensation of your skin, holding things against your skin. Let's see what your advice is. Yeah, purification, angel lahabial and black tourmaline is your main guidance. We've got the serpent, knowledge and healing. Kuan Yin, compassion. We've got wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. And then we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. So this is quite clear for you guys. It's really about you taking time for yourself, looking after your own mind, your own body, shedding skins, releasing the past, having compassion for yourself, letting go of judgments of others and judgments of yourself, giving yourself time out, free yourself, let go. So these may seem kind of contradictory, but there is making the effort, maybe freeing yourself. Taking the time to actually step back and release yourself from something that isn't serving you or that isn't helpful for you. So giving yourself your own life, your own freedom, and trusting that is the step that you're needing to take right now in order to perhaps bring love in if you're feeling like your relationship is struggling or something. Then it may be that you really need to honor your own needs and listen to yourself right now. And yeah, this is the essence of the message. In terms of the purification, there's a need to release within yourself, releasing externally as well. Purification can also be about releasing or purifying what you consume. So the kind of information you're consuming, the news you're watching, the TV you're watching, the food you're eating, can even be the people that you're around. What are you taking in? What are you absorbing into your body? And give yourself space to release and detoxify from anything, and not being afraid to step back. What's really needed. Using your insight, your wisdom, your knowledge of how to heal yourself, your own experience of what you need, and giving yourself time to do that. And there may be fear, there can be fear about releasing things, letting go of things and detoxifying, because there can be things that we've held on to for comfort and for safety for a long time. But this is a reassuring message that you will feel happier and lighter, and that it's not that anything's being taken from you, but rather you're freeing yourself from things that are holding you down. So when you surrender and allow yourself to go into that process, then you'll feel clearer and lighter, and maybe things that you were confused about or uncertain about, you'll allow yourself to have that freedom from that and that perspective around them, and then you can understand more clearly. So you'll know your truth, and you'll become more empowered in your life. So yeah, there's definitely something you need to release. That this is kind of what the message is, something that needs to be let go of. And it's maybe something that you're used to carrying, you've become accustomed to holding on to, but it's become a burden, or you don't realize the burden that it actually is or has become. And so you give yourself space and time to let things go, and trust. If things seem to be slipping away from you in life, or moving away, then trust that that's meant to happen, that that's the right thing that you need right now. And if the more tightly you hold on, the more struggle it is. So just allow yourself to release them, and you may become surprised as you let go that actually those things can move from you freely, and you can feel lighter and better quite quickly. So, trust any feelings of fear or uncertainty, and just be aware that that's you breaking through some kind of barrier, through some kind of attachment or resistance, and that you have the loving support of the divine and of the universe throughout the process, that you're really held, and you're never forced to let go of something. You'll never be forced to do that, but it's just a gentle guidance that this might be the best thing for you right now. And trust that when you let go of things that you're kind of desperately holding on to, if it doesn't feel like enough, feels like you're not getting enough, then trust that you're going to receive some kind of riches or treasures when you let it go. You allow yourself to fully receive what you need. And then you're trusting in the divine, the plan of the divine. And so release any guilt, release any shame. And there are so many things in this world that can really bring us down, and it removes our sense of personal power and peace. So yeah, you're being blessed with protection right now, and intervention from situations that aren't the best for you, can even harm you. So trust in yourself and the guidance you're getting to allow things to let go. And let's get some intention cards from the tarot for you. 9 of Pentacles. This is the card of being single. So it is about becoming independent in yourself, becoming sovereign. I love this word, sovereign. It's like you're becoming your own royalty within yourself and your own, and just knowing your worth and knowing your own divinity and your own abundance just as you are, without needing anyone else, without needing anything else, without needing approval. Just knowing, just your own knowing of who you are and your value, regardless of anything or anyone else. 7 of Swords, walking away from battles, especially mental battles, anxiety, harsh words, like just walking away, letting things go. And new beginnings, giving yourself new inspiration, new passion, new insight, new fire, new warmth, new heat, new light. Allowing yourself to be inspired creatively, passionately, sensually, sexually. This can be about having enjoying your body and your own fire, and having this new beginning that's also in line with your divinity. The Wands is also about being connected to spirit, the fire and the spirit, and also your desires and passions. So really connecting to your spirituality in a passionate way, really embodying what it is. Not being afraid to be your own person, not being afraid to be alone. And let's get some cards for the action for you to take. We've got the Devil, and then we have Justice and the 6 of Cups. Let me get clarification on the devil. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands again. So I think enjoying, this for me, this is like enjoying your passions. Like what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel wild and free, and just engage in that. Like this can be about sexuality, about sensuality. And it's interesting, I'm pausing because of the contrast between purification. Purification is about releasing something that needs to be released and let go of. At the same time, allowing yourself to embrace your own desires and wants and needs without a sense of shame or guilt in what it is you really want. And justice, balance. This can again be with the sword about letting things go, cutting things, bring things into harmony and balance. With the Six of Cups, this can be about the past, about past connections, having clarity and insight. If something, this can be about a relationship that doesn't suit you, that isn't serving you, that isn't giving you what you need, and having the insight and the clarity to clearly let it go, non-emotionally, so without, attachment or just being able to have that real deep insight and knowledge about insight into past connections and relationships, and bringing in whatever needs to happen in that situation to create fairness, being fair. And let's get one more action card for you. We've got the Magician. So this is not about taking physical action. This is about manifestation. This is about you deciding what it is you want for your life and deciding to call that in. It's about the process of having clear insight into the life you want to lead, that you want to create, and then calling in those things that are going to support it. Knowing that you have the skills, the tools, the knowledge, the ability to create what it is you want. And there are infinite possibilities, that you are connected to the divine, you are connected to the earth, that you stand in the middle with the ability to create exactly what it is that you desire and love in life. Okay, let's get an angel card for you. Discipline. An unruly dog is a hazard to itself and others. The animal which has learned discipline and obedience can be trusted and will loyally and lovingly serve its master. It is then allowed off its lead. Through discipline comes freedom. The master you are called on to obey is your higher self. You came to earth on a mission, and only self-discipline will enable you to fulfill it. Tune in and ask your angels for their help and support, so that your life becomes happy and rewarding and divinely directed. Discipline is a key to fulfilling your destiny. Affirmation: self-discipline brings me freedom. It's interesting coming up with this devil card as well with the Ace of Wands. It can be about a new beginning in terms of your attachments, your ego traits, and in spiritual insight, spiritual new beginnings around what that is, or insights into what that has been, being aware of that in the past. And one more oracle card for you. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Okay, give yourself time out, relax, let things go, let things slip away, and indulge in yourself a little bit, look after yourself. Become really confident fully in who you are on your own. Take some time off, and then it may be a situation or something that you're going to return to in the future with Wait for Winter. So maybe at the end of the year, it may be something that you kind of approach again. Okay, I hope that helped you. Group number 3, thank you for listening and tuning in. I appreciate it. And please give me a thumbs up. If it was helpful, you can drop a comment below. If you want to share anything, you can book a private reading on my website. Again, details below. Otherwise, thank you, and I look forward to speaking to you again another time. Okay, group number 4, oregano. So oregano is the oil of humility and non-attachment. So it guides us to cut through any blocks, cut away negative attachments, negative thoughts. It's very powerful oil. It's really intense. It's really strong. You only need a tiny, tiny drop of it on anything, and it's really detoxifying. And what it does also is with the humility, it addresses a person's need to be right. So people who benefit from oregano oil may be the kind of person who attempts to convert other people to their way of thinking, to their opinion, and they can think it or feel it so strongly that it makes them very difficult to teach, and difficult for them to learn, because they hold on so tightly to their own way of thinking or believing. But oregano is very powerful and can help you do that. So, at a very, very deep level, oregano can dispel materialism and attachment to the material and physical life. So if you need to leave a very difficult relationship you've been very attached to, or a job, something you've been in for a long time, a lifetime addiction, then this helps you to release it and let it go. And it helps you then to feel more connected to the divine. So it really encourages the sense of spirituality and connection to the soul and to your own higher power. So it's a really powerful and strong oil in terms of developing yourself. Now for you, group number 4, you've got 2 main cards. We've got Mother Mary and Celestite, Unconditional Trust, number 31, and number 10, Angel Isda, Nourishment. Put them up here. And then we also have the Owl, Deception and Wisdom, number 13. Diana, Focused Intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. We've got Precious Time. The Fairy of Time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. And be mindful not to waste others' time either. And Temptation. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. And then we have You Deserve Love, You're Lovable, and Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So, group number 4. Your Divine Rebel. There is this sense of there's quite a lot going on here. There's a sense of needing to let something go with the oregano, releasing attachments, the temptation, focused intention, deception, there's nourishment. There's a need to release something that you may be holding on to that may be wasting your own time. You may be wasting your own experience, your own life, your own time. And there's a need to confirmation. You need to let something go and trust that in letting that go, you can receive nourishment. You deserve love. You're lovable. So having this wisdom to allow something in, something that's really passionate, allowing something passionate to come in, allowing that in, and embracing it, really embracing it. So with the trust, unconditional trust, this is quite a beautiful, I love this card, very beautiful card. And it may be a time where, trusting is quite difficult at the moment. Sometimes we, in order to trust, we like to have a certain amount of safety or security that we can let go. And it might feel that you don't have that. And you may feel kind of alone or a bit confused or uncertain, but you're really being guided that even if you have that kind of fear, that you are in the process of being lifted out of a darker environment and into the light and into a higher way of being and expressing and seeing. And, your friends might disagree, family might disagree with what it is you're trusting in right now. Ping again. But I think you know yourself where to let go and let yourself be guided. And with Mother Mary, she's really nurturing and loving and holding you. And with the Celestite, this angelic energy is really holding you. Again, this angelic energy holding you. So really trust to let go and surrender to being nourished, to being loved, to being looked after, and really choosing that as your focus. So letting go of unhealthy attachments, things that aren't loving, things that aren't caring, and really choosing what supports you and nourishes you right now. Basically, you're really being looked after. The divine really wants to look after you, and you may be feeling tired or feeling anxious, but this is just like a reassurance that you wouldn't be being asked to trust in this situation if you weren't being supported. And the divine really wants to support you. It's about allowing that in as well, allowing the spirit into your life and allowing it to guide you. So listening to it. So trust in the divine more than your mind. So really feeling into your heart, letting go of your mind, what you think you should be doing, and really trusting that Spirit's looking after you and looking out for you. So yeah, what can manifest in the world when you let go and trust in the situation that you're in, or the situation you're letting go of? How can you really go into that space of acceptance and surrender to the divine? And when you do, so as you're able to do that, then this you're going to be supported. Nourishment is about when we need to grow, when we, a plant needs nourishment when it's growing. It needs that kind of rich, fertile soil, and it's like the divine wants to nourish you right now and really feed you. So allowing yourself to consume without shame, without guilt, without doubt, and allowing yourself to be fed by life. So really choosing what is going to nourish you, and don't be afraid to let go of what isn't. Notice, nourishment can come from different sources. It can come from people, from the media, from our food, from our environment. and really choosing what is going to be really supportive and loving and filling, what's going to really fill you up right now in the healthiest way, in the purest way. And don't feel guilty about choosing that and allowing that in, because it's going to make you feel happier and more centered and more alive. So it doesn't mean you need to be, afraid of things that aren't so healthy for you, but it's just making the choice from love of what suits you and what benefits you. And if you're struggling with health at all at the time, then this is a sign that you're being really supported, and trust not to give up in getting support in your health. And don't give up until you really get what you need. Particularly if you have any issues to do with eating and diet, this is really going to support you. It's like you're receiving support right now to help with that. And you're really being loved and nourished by spirit right now in so many ways. These cards are both about really being supported and loved by spirit. Looking after yourself, taking care of yourself, and really choosing that as your intention. Being wise about what's good for you. Let's get some tarot. We'll get a few cards. The intention, what your intention should be right now. So we've got the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about choosing something sturdy. You choosing, this can be about you or someone else, but really choosing that support. Can be that masculine support, your inner masculine, needing stability, security, taking your time and not rushing, making choices that are really solid with a good foundation, knowing that things might take time to unfold, might take time to build, but really looking after yourself in that very stable way and allowing things to grow. Choosing what's good for you in the long term, really thinking about the long-term benefit rather than kind of short-term fixes. Another intention. Three of Wands is about receiving again. It's about letting your ships come in, letting things come to you, letting things support you and feel fulfilled. And your action. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is about independence. The Four of Pentacles, you've got a lot of pentacles here in your guidance, really being grounded. And Seven of Cups. So choosing independence, choosing to be financially independent, maybe emotionally independent, choosing what really feels, where you feel good on your own and supported on your own, and taking that action for yourself, like taking action for you, choosing what you need. If you're kind of someone who overgives, this is about you choosing what you need right now. Four of Pentacles, again, about stability, holding on, attachment, and creating foundations, creating something very solid. It can be about choosing financially what's good for you right now, choosing materially what you need, and not being afraid to choose material support, material need. There may be a need to let go and grieve some kind of relationship, some kind of emotions, options. Seven of Cups can be about having different emotional options or partners or potentialities. So about letting go, there might be, this grief or this like mourning and letting go of past connections or lovers or relationships, and instead choosing what's really going to support you and benefit you on a practical, physical and material level right now. Having trust in that. Let's get an angel card for you. We've got fun. Your guidance is to take time to enjoy yourself, relax, and find your sense of humour. Treat things lightly. Fun brings lightness of spirit, and the most difficult situation can be eased if you see the funny side of things. So cultivate a sense of the ridiculous. How can you bring play, laughter, and fun into your social life, your relationships, and your work life? When you have fun, the angels rejoice, for there is nothing they love more than joy, play, humour, and laughter. I lighten up and make everything fun. And you also got cooperation. Angel wisdom suggests that you use your skills and talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles, conflict, and competition, which come from an ego desire to win. Cooperation for the highest good promotes harmony and togetherness and draws the best from everyone. Make it your aim that everyone has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your angel guidance is to bring people together and explore how you can mutually assist each other. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in your turn, for the angels will bless your endeavours. I cooperate with everyone. And let's get one more card here. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. So coming together with others, your life coming together, your path coming together, your insight coming together. Maybe about connecting and working with others. Feeling what's good to all work together and create a whole. It links very much to this cooperation card. Like what's good for yourself and others. What's good for the greater whole. What's the best right now? What's the best action to take? Keeping things light. Okay, group number 4. I hope that helped. Thank you so much for tuning in. 1:11 as I look here to the clock. Thank you for tuning in, and give me a thumbs up if you like my video. You can book a private reading with me below. Otherwise, yeah, that's it. Thanks so much. See you again soon. Bye.